and welcome to Indianomics. Last Monday, a unified payments platform was launched by the National Payments Corporation. This platform, I think, is set to change the way we pay and receive money, whether it is to an electricity company or to pay school fees, or whether it is to pay for a pizza or a taxi. It is possible we are only going to click on an app on our phones and send a text message. So no more wallets, your mobile is your wallet. What will this mean to our credit cards, our banks, and indeed our daily life? I have with me a panel of guests to explain that. Mr. Hota, the Managing Director and CEO of the National Payments Corporation of India, Rajneesh Kumar, the Managing Director of State Bank of India, and Shyam Srinivasan, the Managing Director and CEO of Federal Bank. In a bit, I will also be joined by Mr. Mohandas Pai. But first up, let's hear out in detail what this unified payments interface means and how it will work.
We've been saying we need a revolution in banking in India. I think today we can confidently say that the revolution is upon us.
This revolution is the unified payments interface that was launched by Governor Rajan today. It could be one of India's most ambitious projects yet to bring digital banking to its entire 1.2 billion strong population. The UPI will make the process of sending and receiving money as easy as exchanging text messages or emails. How does it work? Take an example. Rohit wants to buy a pair of headphones from ABC store. The UPI will identify customers like Rohit with an email like virtual address. For instance, Rohit at ICICI Bank. Rohit can select UPI as the payment mode on the ABC website and use his virtual ID, that is Rohit at ICICI Bank. Now a message will pop up on his phone requesting him to confirm the payment to ABC stores. Rohit can now enter his secure PIN to authenticate the transaction, and he will then receive a confirmation of the same within seconds. At this moment, UPI has deducted the amount from Rohit's account. Once Rohit selects the UPI as the preferred payment method, at the back end, the transaction request hits ABC store server and is immediately passed on to his bank server, say SBI. SBI server then collects the money from UPI. This entire transaction is thus conducted on the UPI platform by the banks of Rohit and ABC store using their unique IDs. This system can perform various functions like paying utility bills, over-the-counter payments, barcode-based payments, bill splitting with friends, donations, school fees, basically anything under the sun. The UPI, if successful, could spell the end of digital wallets like Paytm or HDFC Bank's Chillar or even an ICICI Bank's Pockets. It may also reduce the scope of the yet-to-be-born payment banks. In Mumbai, Ritu Singh.
All right, so that's how the UPI is expected to work. And now let me welcome my guests yet again, Mr. A.P. Hota, Mr. Shyam Srinivasan and Mr. Rajneesh Kumar. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. Well, Mr. Hota, first up to you. The platform is ready, but when will I first be able to pay, say, my electricity bill using your app?
I suppose it is about 2 months away. We have just launched it with 19 banks. 29 banks had evinced interest. So the rest of the banks would also get operational very soon. And next our target would be the rest of the IMPS banks, means about 70-80 more banks. So we are creating a big network whereby people can really do immediate send and receive. So we are on the process of building the infra.
Mr. Rajneesh Kumar, I guess a lot of things have to come from the bank's end. You first have to launch an app, and then all your customers will have to click on it and register themselves with a unique ID. In your estimate, by when will, say, the top 1 lakh customers of SBI come on to the UPI?
Okay, let me answer this question. One is that our IT team is very much on the job and working on this initiative which has been taken by Reserve Bank of India and NPCI. And what Mr. Hota was mentioning about the timeline of about 2 months, so we should be able to adhere to that.
Okay.
About your question on 1 lakh customers, actually UPI is different in this sense that for using this facility, you don't have to be the customer of SBI.
Yes.
It could be anyone who can register as a user without being my customer. And that is true for any other bank also.
Okay.
And similarly, anybody who is either remitting or receiving the money, they don't have to necessarily be a customer of that bank.
Fair point.
So just to clarify it a little bit more, this thing. So suppose you don't have an account with SBI, but still you want to use my application, which is linked to UPI, you will be able to
Fair
do
enough.
it, and you may be having account
Okay.
with maybe State Bank of Hyderabad or this thing.
Okay, well, Shyam, in that case, let me make it more direct. When can I pay my taxi driver, okay, or when can I pay my electricity bill on the UPI, you think? Will that happen in 2 months?
Actually, yes, maybe a little earlier also, but most certainly within 2 months.
Okay.
There are two parts to it. I think the others have explained, only to sort of expand. The registration, like everybody pointed out, is any bank, and you could do that and just download the app. The crucial part is Federal Bank or SBI or whatever, we act as both the issuer and the receiver. And the app is neutral to who the issuer is. So once you have a Federal Bank or a SBI or any other bank app on your phone, then you are able to transfer money and receive money, and the unique part is that you can send and collect. So that's not an issue, and I think over the next between 30-45 days, very much possible. All banks naturally will focus on their existing client base to activate, and we look at a default activation so that the opportunity to get started is very early, and naturally the customers who adopted our people are very savvy with mobile banking already. In our case, say 8-9 lakh customers are already active mobile phone users, mobile banking users.
Okay.
So they'll be the first one to adopt, and we'll probably give them a very easy default address, which they can either use or change.
Okay. Okay, let us assume for argument's sake, Mr. Hota, that there is an XYZ bank which is traditional, which has not yet, put an app on its website. But if I, as a customer of that XYZ bank, go to an SBI app or a Federal Bank app and register myself, connect my unique ID to the account in that bank. So even without any cooperation from my bank, I am on the UPI?
No, not possible. Both the bank, if you have to be really part of the UPI, then only your account can be really used on the app of another bank. Currently, what has happened is the 19 banks are ready, their apps are ready, the apps are undergoing the security testing and auditing, and we would like to see that they are fully audited, and then only the applications should be placed on the Play Store or Apple Store, and it would be available for the public.
Shyam, to come back to you.